Alhamdulillah. So we are in the 4th of Ramadan, 27th April. So this will be first class on the Ramadan month. We pray to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala that He bless us this month and bestow upon us His blessings in order for us to reap the best out of this month, insyaAllah. So we are going to do an online quiz review, the one that you took last Friday. Alhamdulillah, everybody managed to answer the questions and submit it on time, say for one. Tapi it's quite surprising because I thought it would be quite challenging for some to submit during Ramadan, but I'm not sure, is it okay or not? But we from the lecturer side assume that probably it would be taxing to impose such a quiz on a 24 hours basis, less than 24 hours, but I guess it's okay. Yes. Boleh lah.
I think it is okay. Yeah, we're okay lah. Okay.
Kalau bagi hari Jumaat, deadline hari Selasa tengah hari. I think you attempt to do the questions probably Selasa pagi juga kot ataupun isteri.
Arif would do that, sir. Of course. Arif finishes work very early.
So anyways, Alhamdulillah, we are in our 10th chapter, electric fields. So dia macam perubahan sikit lah kan daripada chapter-chapter sebelum ni. Kalau sebelum ni we looked at force, energy, power, that was in chapter 5. And then starting chapter 6 kan, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 6, 7, 8, 9, they had the same theme of waves. Although the chapter 9 is superposition, but dia ada adik-beradik lah kan, chapter 8 and chapter 9. And then dia okay, ni annotation request.
I was like trying around the app.
So this is one of the, I'm not sure because dalam Webex ni you can actually request to annotate. And another participant are requesting to annotate the shared content. That means
I was trying the button, sir.
If you click on the screen, that means you can actually take a part in my presentation. Contek-contek sama-sama. So quite interactive lah, I hope. It's okay. I'll decline the request for now, but later try to request again when my course is inshallah. So regarding the electric fields, so these will be the last 3 chapters that will be in your AS syllabus, okay? Chapter 10, electric fields, and then you got circuits of electricity as well as DC circuits. Overall, I think you guys managed to comprehend this chapter well. Probably it was like waves part 1 yang memang macam tak adalah benda yang baru sangat dan tak adalah susah sangat. Lepas tu soalan quiz pun tak adalah banyak sangat soalan. And I think most of you did well, Alhamdulillah. And most of what happened was banyak careless mistake lah kot banyak careless mistake, probably because the magnitude untuk this chapter mungkin luar biasa sikit compared to waves or forces sebelum ni. Sebab dia macam banyak main dengan 10 to the power of minus 16, minus 25. So dia macam benda yang sangat kecil kan, electrons, protons, things that are abstract and we can't really perceive tangibly. So mungkin kat situ pun tak biasa kan, ataupun terlupa. Contohnya kalau lah dia 1 per 10 kuasa negatif 15, bila kita put forward to the right hand side, dia jadi apa? 10 to the power 15 ke? Ataupun dia sebenarnya kekal 10 to the power minus 15? So I'm not sure whether you understand me or not. Tapi nanti you akan tengoklah dengan you punya jawapan-jawapan yang Masya Allah. Kalau orang tengah berpuasa ni, dia kena kata ini so'im kan. Aku sedang berpuasa. uji dengan pelbagai cabaran-cabaran. Tapi nak ceritanya, I think most of you did well, but I am not able to release the scores today. Masih lagi ada satu group yang tak habis lagi ambil dia punya quiz ni sebab deadline dia ialah tomorrow. So kalau saya bagi nanti takut ada ni kan, orang kata apa, rasuah ataupun penyelewengan ke apa kan. Cuy, nak ceritanya we'll just discuss the question. So it's up to you lah whether you want to do with the suggested solutions but I won't be actually releasing the scores. Okay, I'll release it tomorrow insyaAllah. Okay, so kita proceed hopefully everyone is doing fine 4th Ramadan.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, hari ni I hope you guys are doing fine. I sincerely hope that everyone is doing fine. Allah. Sebab PKP dah berapa hari dah kita dekat sini kan? More than how many days? Anyways, okay, let's just proceed. Okay, nanti kita sembang-sembang lagi MCQ part 1. So there are 5 questions. Okay, moving on. Number 1, which statement defines electric field strength between two parallel plates? Okay, so kat sini, what do you guys think? What's the answer?
B.
So, kita tengok kat sini, okay, electric field strength. Kalau ingat balik, there are 2 formal definitions lah kan? We've got V over D, and also we've got
FE over Q.
over Q lah which is the electric force against the charge value or the potential difference against the distance between two parallel plates. So dia kata kat sini dia ada 2 parallel plates. So what is the definition of electric field strength bila dia ada dekat sini kan? Okay, so the formal definition, electric field strength at the point is the force per unit charge acting on a small positive charge placed at that point. E equals to E over Q. So the closest answer would be kan? Because it is force per unit charge, so it is using this definition.
Yay.
Okay, what about the first one? Electric field strength is equal to charge per unit distance between the plates. Is that correct?
No, not correct.
Charge per unit distance. Kalau dia potential difference per unit difference, then per unit distance, then okay. But this is charge. It's not charge. It's actually potential difference, isn't it? So it is not correct. What about C? Electric field strength is equal to 4 times distance. 4 times distance. Kan? Sebab walaupun distance dia ialah this is the distance. Sorry lah, dia jonting pula kan. So if this is the distance, then it is actually potential difference against distance. Bukannya force times distance. Alright. Dia just play around lah kan. And then what about this one? Equal to the potential difference times distance. It's not times, isn't it? Per unit distance. So the answer would be B. Alright. Okay. Part 2. Kalau ada apa-apa soalan, sila tanya. There is no stupid question. That's my policy. Jadi kita meraihkan semua jenis soalan. So siapa yang tinggal ataupun membicikkan mata dia melihat kepada soalan yang ditanya oleh kawan awak rasa macam this one is very stupid question. Tak apa, kita bahasa orang Melayu kita persetankan dia. Persetankan dia, biar dia gari dekat pokok. Alright, which diagram currently shows the electric field with 2 charge plates? So siapa nak attempt? Okay, we've got part A. Is option A correct or wrong?
Wrong.
Very. Why is it wrong? The fundamental basic for electric field is the electric lines will go from positive to negative ke negative to positive?
Positive to negative.
It must be positive to negative, yes. Okay. It's not the other way around. I think in your group, 3 people kot yang letak it should be negative to positive. So mungkin dia confused dengan electrons and holes. You guys know about the semiconductor punya electricity current kan? It's not the direction of PGT for the current. It's actually the direction of the holes kan? Pernah belajar kan? Belajar pada SPM kan?
Ya.
Yes.
So kalau itu dia lebih pada mungkin confused ke apa lah. Alright, okay. So who can, so this is your time to annotate, request for annotation. Siapa yang nak buatkan yang, what is the correct positive and negative option A? Now you can actually request to annotate. What was the question? My question was, okay, for option A, what is the correct pole, positive and negative?
Correct,
Down
what?
is positive, up is negative.
Yes, the answer is C, okay. Because we know it's going to be positive. So please correct the
Correct, right?
I very clever ah.
Hello.
See, I annotate, you know.
Okay,
Annotate.
let's focus on this option. Okay, what is wrong here? What is wrong in option A?
Pole.
Yeah.
The electric.
Field.
Shit, sir.
Okay, can anyone annotate and betulkan kat situ?
What? Shit.
Is the shape. So how can you make it correct?
Change the pole.
Change the phone. Okay, how to change it? Please annotate. Ke orang yang guna phone tu boleh annotate juga tak?
I'm having so much fun. Jap.
Okay, you got a positive here.
So, like this.
What is that? I think it's negative and negative.
What?
I don't know. Ah.
The line.
I think
It's
positive
a
and negative.
Okay, let's. Aduh. Okay, without adjusting the electric field lines, but instead adjust the poles, the positive and negative.
positive.
Yes, yes. Yes. Betul.
Ayo, why echo?
I hear
Oh.
Echo kan?
Okay, so what's the answer? Okay, the answer is this is positive and this one is negative.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, agak ah.
No, it's not correct. Salah. Siapa yang
Ah, eh. Oh, yeah.
Wrong.
Actually. Okay, never mind. Let's-
B, this one is positive, this one is negative. Correct. Betul.
Yes.
Yeah.
Positif negatif kat sini.
Yeah, that's correct.
Because this one is, yes, benda ni dia repelling, dia terkeluar kan. Positive people always look forward. That means they always look outside. Tapi negative people they always look inside. Dia nak semua dapatkan semua kat dalam sahaja kan. Alright. Tapi because this one is positive and positive, that's why they repel and they do not attract each other. Unlike this one. Okay. Unlike option C. Okay. Hopefully you guys are clear with this. Alright. Dah habis dah annotate. Semua dah kacau-kacau kan.
Okay.
Sorry, sir.
Try again later, inshallah. In an electric field, the direction of the electric line starts from positive charge plate and ends at a negative charge plate, not the other way around. Okay, that means the arrow, the direction of the arrow must be from positive to negative, not negative to positive. Okay.
Okay.
So the answer is C. All right. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Arif.
If you have any questions, you can raise up your hands. Huh? The diagram shows two parallel charge plates. Which statement about the electric field at points P, Q, and R are correct? So here we have parallel plates. So when you have parallel plates, what happened?
Parallel line, electric field line.
Yes. Maksud dia apa? If we have parallel plates like this one, so for example, this one is positive and this one is negative. Okay. Kita balik dengan diagram PQR tu. So the electric field lines must be this sepatutnya straight lah okay. Uniform between each other. Dia kena straight. Only dekat edges saja baru dia akan
The curve.
curve. Okay. Alright. So any point within these electric field lines, what will be the value of the electric field strength? If you have, for example, a charge particle here, charge particle here, charge particle here, in this case, we've got PQR again. So all of them must be equal.
Cool.
Greater or less than. Why? Because all of them are uniform.
Uniform.
Oh.
Two parallel charges. Lain dengan case kita yang hari tu kita tengok dalam tutorial question. Kalau dalam tutorial question tu kita ada apa? Kita ada charge sphere, betul tak?
Yes.
Kalau charge sphere ni macam mana dia punya electric field lines?
Not uniform.
Dia not uniform kan? Maksud dia not uniform tu apa? So kalau dia dekat tengah-tengah dia akan straight line kan? Tapi kalau dia lines tu
Less strength.
kalau positif dia akan terkeluar, kalau negatif dia akan masuk
Dalam.
Okay, yang ni basic. I'm just drawing this. Tapi bila dia nak pergi ke sini dia akan sini. Betul?
Yes.
Directions. Alright. So this is when you have two charged spheres. Okay, let me ask you one question. Okay. Ni you boleh annotate juga Let's say I have a positive sphere here and a negative plate. So how would you draw? Siapa yang lukis dulu? Dah habis dah?
Who is drawing?
Draw.
Oh, very.
Okay, thank you very much. So this is correct lah sebenarnya Sebab dia
lah.
siapa?
Thank you.
Siapa yang draw?
It's actually me.
Pula. Okay. Okay. Notice that the lines semua nak approve. Okay. Notice that all the electric lines that are emitting from the charge sphere ataupun the charge particle would go from a spherical punya spread. This is actually almost similar like Huygens principle that we had in our wave discussion the other day. When we have kan dia kata Huygens principle ni, each particle on a wave is considered as a wave source emitting in a spherical spread kan. Sebab tu kita tengok bila wave tu lalu dekat aperture tu dia akan terkeluar mengikut profile like a sphere. Alright. So actually this is governed by the inverse squared law yang mana column is actually doing the same thing for a charged particle here, where when we have a sphere here, the electric field lines actually emit in a spherical shape. Where kalau dia emit in a spherical shape, that means it will be obeying the inverse square law. Okay, who can recall what is the inverse square law?
square law.
Okay, tak apa. Okay, tak apa, nanti we can do better insyaAllah. Okay, mungkin sebab tengah hari puasa, so semua slow. Tak apa yang biasa law. Okay. Ataupun ada yang macam tak nak jawab. Tapi nak ceritanya, kalau waves yang dia emit daripada spherical punya particle, dia akan ikut macam ni. That means the nearer the electric field lines are at the source, the stronger the electric field is. Kan kalau kita tengok balik dalam nota hari tu, electric field lines ni sebenarnya they represent the electric field strength. The closer the lines are, the stronger the electric field strength is. So when we have an electric charge particle, the lines originating from the sphere ataupun the particle would be close enough. And when they emit, the lines would get further, kan? Tapi bila dia pergi jumpa dekat electric, bila dia jumpa dekat negative negative plate kat sini, bila dia jumpa kat negative plate kat sini, what happens to the electric lines? Dia akan masuk dekat electric lines tu, tapi at the tip of the electric line, when it is entering the electric plate, it would be in right angles ataupun dia akan jadi perpendicular. So yang dilukis oleh, I'm not sure hadis ke ataupun siapa, memang betul dia akan keluar daripada particle sphere ni in a curved shape, tapi bila dia sampai saja dekat electric plate, it must be directly perpendicular. Okay, if you can recall dalam tutorial yang kita buat hari itu kan bila dia kan, kalau ingat balik dia punya kan dia punya soalan tu dia ada positif dan negatif, dan dia ada plate kan, ingat ke? And this is the electric. Which area, which region mana yang ada uniform electric field strength? So the answer was right in the middle, somewhere at 5 millimeters, 10 millimeters, if you can recall last Thursday. So this is the concept. When we have the electric field lines going out or going into the charged particle, spherical charged particle, so dia tak uniform. Dia hanya akan uniform bila dia ada plate. So kalau kita ada parallel plate macam ni, so anywhere within this region will be apa? Be uniform. Although kat edges kat tepi ni nanti dia akan curve sikit macam tu. Alright? Faham tak faham? Okay.
Okay.
The electric field is a region of space where a stationary charge experiences an electric force. There is a uniform electric field formed by two parallel plates, regardless of the location. So the electric field value E are all equal at each of the 3 points P, Q, and R. If there is an S point outside, then that would not be uniform. Maksudnya PQR would be greater compared to R, compared to the other, kalau dia terletak dekat hujung-hujung tu. Yalah. Alright. So the answer is the question number 4. Okay. There is a potential difference of 200 volts across a pair of parallel plates which are 4 centimeters apart. Calculate the force on a charge of 2.5 nanocoulombs which is between the plates. Nah. So here we have plates. One is positive, this one is negative, and then there's a charged particle right here. So the distance here is D, where D is equals to 4 centimeters. So this is a charge 2.5 nanocoulombs, which is between the plates. So how do you get the force?
V over D equal
Get
to
the electric field first.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you use the relation. You've got two definitions of electric field strength. One is Fe over Q and the other one is V over D. So you don't have to calculate the electric field strength. You can straight away find out what is the force by using this relation. Fe is equal to Vd times Q. So multiply, main dengan negative 9, negative 2, make sure tak tersalah. So the answer is 1.25 times 10 to the power minus 5 newtons. So selalunya kesilapan dia sama ada jawapan apa? Jawapan D ataupun jawapan B kan. Kalau siapa yang buat dosa besar, convert salah sentimeter kepada meter, dia akan jawab B. Whereas jawapan dia adalah D. Okay? So elakkanlah dosa besar di waktu Ramadan. Nanti dosa tu akan berganda. Okay, boleh. Question. Which diagram correctly shows the electric field between two parallel plates and the path of an electron as it passes between the plates? Siapa nak annotate silakan. Apparently this class is quite quiet compared to the other group lah. Probably because tak tahu lah kenapa. Mungkin sebab selama ni dia Facebook live saja kan. So dia macam tak aktif apa semua. Because I always assume that this group is much more vibrant compared to the other one. Tapi kalau semua pun vibrant mati lah kan. Semua kelang kabut.
Exactly.
So what is the answer? The answer is B. Why is A wrong? Why is C wrong? And why is D wrong?
Because they are not right.
Ya, betul. Kan?
Very clever
Using complete good logic. Sudah macam mantiknya.
An electron is negatively charged, so it's attracted to the positive plate.
There is one point. Electrons are negative charge, so they must be attracted to the positive plate. So kalau tengok kat sini, yang mana yang masalah kalau elektron attracted to negative ialah jawapan A dengan jawapan D. So automatically A and D are wrong. What about B and C?
The direction of the
It
electron.
flows from the positive charged plate to the negatively charged plate.
Yes. So kalau kita tengok betul-betul, notice the arrows of the electric field. The electric field lines must obey the concept of positive is going to
Negative.
instead of negative to positive. Alright? Boleh?
Boleh.
Understand this? Cik, tanya Arif. Tak kena mengena dengan hidup atau mati. But can you get this? Or are you busy drawing?
Yes, sir. Wow.
Visit drawing, sir.
Nothing, sir. Why? Yeah.
Okay. That's it. An electron is negative charge and will be attracted to a positive plate. Each of the electric lines in the electric field starts from the positive and ends at the negative plate. So the answer is B. Okay?
Okay.
You guys memang tak pasang video Nak ke ataupun tak boleh?
Oh, boleh je.
Just wondering lah. Just to check whether dia punya line tu akan effect ataupun tak. If you kalau let's say you pasang video tu, what will happen? I was just wondering. Dan juga nak tengok lah tidur ke tak tidur kan. Line not stable. Okay.
Kalau lukis tu tak tidur, sir.
Oh, okay, that is one way lah kan. So I would know whether you are sleeping or not by on annotating or not. Alright.
Draw lah.
All of your videos because it will affect your friends. Hello. Yes, Hana Sudan. Anything? Family gathering cannot. Wah. Okay boleh Boleh. Tapi sebelum tu nak rehat sekejap pun boleh. We are going to the subjective question. Kita stop sharing sekejap. Let's do just a simple poll. Chapter on electric fields compared to the other chapter. Easy peasy. I have a poll for you. Please answer. 19 participants. Sepatutnya ada 20 kan altogether. Just a disclaimer, I do not know who answer what tau, sebab dia macam anonymous vote. So you boleh bagi jawapan yang apa transparent. Tapi susah juga kan, macam mana kita nak bantu kalau kita tak tahu siapa yang kata susah kan.
Tak apa. We are good.
Okay, sekarang ni tengah jawab. Dia juga tahu siapa yang jawab betul-betul dengan siapa yang ada bersama atau tak. Okay, in progress lagi 2 orang. No answer, 1 answer. Just ABT Okay, siap. So, semua kata okey lah. So okey lah ni kira apa? Mal lah. Besar dia kata easy.
Dia tak ada
This
sesuatu.
actually reflect this actually reflect your results, your quiz results sebenarnya. Sebab memang ada yang dapat full mark juga. Ada 100%. Congratulations.
Yo.
Wow.
I think that is Arif also.
I think it's OP jawapan lah.
I think OP. No, that is me.
Okay, alright. Let's move on.
No.
Okay, state 2 possible SI units for electric field strength. So what is the possible SI units for electric strength? So we've got 2 formulas, isn't it? V over D and
F over Q.
Over
F over Q. So from there, we have 2 possible SI units. One is volts per meter,
Newton.
and the other one is Newton per column. It is not F over C Ada juga yang jawab F over C, I'm not sure. FC. FC macam football club kan? Atau
Betul, sir.
but it is newtons. The units for force is newtons. You all sekarang sekarang semua tengah pegang nota masing-masing kan? The notes that you did your test hari tu kan?
Yes.
So you guys boleh tahu kan siapa yang buat force tu kan? F over C kan? Baik mengaku.
I think I did.
F over C. Bunyi macam betul. Tapi bila fikir-fikir, F tu apa Oh, F tu referring to force. It's not. It's the variable kan? The symbol. But the units is Newton. Alright? Okay, moving on. A positive 5.0 times 10 to the power of minus 8 coulombs point charge experiences a force of 1.5 times 10 to the power of minus 3 newtons when placed in a uniform electric field. Calculate the electric field strength. So how do you answer this?
F over C. F over Q, sorry.
Dia macam straight to the point lah kan? E equals to FE over Q kan? As a visualization, what we have here, we've got a uniform electric field. Although it does not say 2 parallel plates, but because it is uniform, so we know that it is between 2 parallel plates lah. So when we have 2 parallel plates, assuming that it's positive and negative, although kalau ingat balik dekat kita punya tutorial session hari itu, tutorial question last week, dia punya positive and negative signs kan terbalik kan? Dan dia akan affect the calculations and everything because it is due to gravity. Because our charge is going against gravity, so they affect the entire work done and potential kinetic energy and whatnot. Tapi kalau kat sini, the conventional yang biasa yang kita nampak, dia going down. That means it is in the same direction as gravity. Kalau siapa yang dah macam tutorial, gravity, boleh ingat balik tutorial last week. Okay, videos are available in Facebook. When you have electric field here E, okay, This is the electric field strength. They are in parallel lines, uniform, equally spaced between each other. And then it says here a positive point charge. So kalau positif dia akan attract kepada negatif, kan? Positive going out, negative going in. So it must be going downwards. That means the direction of the electric force is going towards the negative plate. Okay, this is visualization. Sebab saya rasa konsep dalam electric field ni is quite straightforward. Cabaran dia macam biasa. Cabaran dia ialah language dengan calculation yang 10 to the power minus 90, 16, 25, semua tu terkejut. So bila terkejut tu macam dia berapa kan, negative 25. So two main cabaran lah bagi saya untuk this chapter. One is the language, the other one is the magnitudes. So banyak sangat mistake kat situ. Alright, so the electric field strength E is equal to Fe over Q. So the answer is 30,000.
Yay.
Ataupun 3 times 10 to the power 4. Yang kelakarnya ada yang jawab 30,000 tapi bila dia buat dia punya significant figures ni 3 times 10 to the power 3. You know who you are.
Azam.
Okay. So dia agak frustrating because there are two you get two answers. Satu ialah you write on the final answer dekat dalam Google Form tu, and the other one you took a snapshot of it lah kan, which is good lah. Cuma yang tu yang saya pelik bila tengok dekat Google Form tu, ni jawapan macam salah, tapi bila tengok working betul. So dialog macam mana tu, nak Google Form tu nak yang orang working tu, macam mana ni kan. Tapi tak tahulah, mungkin probably problem dia ialah sebab jawab guna phone kan, tak nampak, kecil kan. So tangan pun dah semakin gemuk kan because of PKP kan. So
Yes. Misklik.
Yes sir, that's the reason sir.
Ceritanya itulah kan. Sebab kita tak tahu exam AS that you are scheduled to take end of this year kan. Ni you ambil secara bertulis lah kan. Sila hari bila kena online? We don't know. I'm not speculating anything kan. Fake news. Hashtag fake news. Alright. Moving on. Kan. Kita sambil makan, sambil minum, buka buku semua kan. Okay, moving on. Okay, question number 8. Calculate the force experienced by an oil droplet. So main oil droplet pula, teringat lah kan.
Aduh.
Eksperimen tadi tu, apa nama dia? Lupa dah. Milikan. Milikan oil droplet experiment. Dia milikan tapi dia sebenarnya hak milikan individu, alright. Dia milikan tunggal.
Sure.
Dia milikan dengan Fletcher tu kan. Tapi macam biasa lah kan, dia nasib PhD student lah. Semua close to the supervisor. And I'm experiencing that too, alright. So now, okay, let's just visualize also. So I took some time buat animation ni, tekan sekali, keluar, bersungguh ni. Okay, we've got two parallel plates, positive and negative, and then we've got electric field lines, E, and then we've got a oil droplet, assuming that it's positive. How do I assume it is positive? Macam mana? How do you assume it's positive? Why is it positive? Why is it not negative?
I don't know. It's easier as positive.
Because of the charge, you can actually observe charge is 2.2 times 10 to the power minus 19. Probably that's reasons why. But for a millican experiment, the charges are all positive, if you notice. Sebab tu dia drop kat situ, dia masuk dalam lubang tu, dia masuk untuk nak pergi ke negative plate kat situ. Okay? So it says a uniform electric field strength, so everything is accounted for, so the force is acting downwards. Kan kalau millikan eksperimen dia sebenarnya macam mana? Sebenarnya dia akan adjust the value of the potential difference kan? Ialah to ensure that the forces will be suspended in the air kan? Because of the weight balances by the opposing force. Alright. So now we've got the value of Q here, we've got the value of E here. So what he is asking us is the value of Fe. So straightforward, isn't it? E,
Yes.
Q. So electric field strength, you get it? Like all drop experiment, Fe equals to QE. The answer is 1.6 times 10 to the power minus 13. Problem kat sini apa? Nak pindahkan. Q ialah minus 19. So Q minus 19 daripada bawah pindah ke atas, apa jadi? Dia jadi positive 19 ke? No. The magnitude stays the same. From 1 over 10 to the power minus 19, bila masuk balik dekat right hand side tu, dia akan jadi 10 to the power minus 19. Sama je, dia tak jadi 10 to the power 19.
Oh.
Ya, ada juga yang buat 10 to the power 19, betul tak? And then, tiba-tiba dia dapat 1.6 times 10 to the power of 24.
Untuk dengan aku. Ucap.
You know lah my answer. I didn't remember lah.
Dia dah mengaku dah. Pening lah.
Hadis
Bawah dan naik atas dia jadi positif. Dia tak berubah kan sebetulnya. The magnitude does not change. Tapi how you calculate it, bila main dengan 10 tu dia akan change lah kan. Okay? Apa? Baik salah sekarang daripada salah kemudian kan. Sesal dahulu pendapatan, sesal kemudian tiada gunanya. Alright. Moving on. Okay, question 9. 9 ni dia banyak anak lah Okay, first calculate the magnitude and direction of the electric field between the plates. Where you have a diagram showing two parallel horizontal plates. So we have a uniform. Kita tahu, two parallel plates, dia akan jadi uniform. Separated by a vertical distance of 3 centimeters. So jadi kita tahu D equals to 3. The potential difference V is equals to 600 volts. We got here. And we got a charge all droplet. Okay. Calculate the magnitude and direction of the electric field between the plates. So kat sini dia minta dua soalan Dia request dua jawapan. You have to provide the magnitude as well as the direction. Either it's going downwards, upwards, positive, negative, negative to positive. You have to state. Tapi ada juga yang jawab magnitude saja without any direction. Okay? Electric field strength here, you use the formula E equals to V over D. The answer is 20,000. The answer is 2 times 10 to the power of 4. Now the direction is downwards, starts from positive plate and ends at negative plate.
If I answer from top to bottom, can also what?
Also can lah, kan? Top to bottom is downwards, but the former definition, to be safe, always from positive plate to the negative plate, regardless of if it's going upwards ke kan, top bottom up kan. Tiba-tiba investigator tu buka kertas, now it's not top to bottom. Contoh kan. Just to be safe, it must be positive to negative. Alright.
Okay,
So this is a visualization where you have all within the parallel plates, the electric field lines are parallel to each other, uniform and equally distributed. But at the ends, they are curved. Okay? Describe the electric field between the plates. So how would you describe it? This one, most of you got it only halfway through. It's uniform. Then, what else? Kena lah cakap lagi kan, dia dua markah kan, bukan satu. Kan? So, electric field is the region of space where the charge oil droplet Q experiences an electric as Fe. It is uniform, yes, it is uniform because we know we have got the parallel plates. Except that the axis is curved. Okay, so fair enough, but it is still arguing in terms of the uniformity. Another aspect is it is right angles to the plate. So this is where it is difference between a parallel plate and a charged particle sphere. Sebab kan tadi kita cerita pasal charged particle sphere tu, dia gets closer to the source, dia akan get stronger. And when it gets further, dia akan jadi weaker. Because of the electric field strength punya distribution. But for an electric, for a plate, dia akan right angle. Dia akan directly perpendicular. Okay? So within these two, that is how you want to describe the electric field between two parallel plates. Boleh Right. Question C. Let's see. An all droplet of weight, sekian. Weight maknanya dia bagi dalam newtons. Dia punya weight is held stationary between two plates. Okay, held stationary between two plates. We assume that it is right in the middle. State whether the charge on the droplet is positive or negative. Explain your answer. Yang ni kalau ikutkan, half of you answer positive, half of you answer negative. Dia ada khilaf kat situ. Nah, so I invite you to annotate. Please help us to answer this. What is it? Positive or negative?
Negative.
Positive.
Negative.
Satu jawab negatif kan?
You are negative. We need to be positive.
We need to be positive, Masya Allah. Answer. Why is it positive and why is it negative?
What sound is that?
Not me.
Because
Silakan, silakan you annotate. Nobody is requesting to annotate ni. Justify your answer.
I thought you like to annotate. Go, Haris.
You have a very huge space here that you can draw. Seorang je wakil Struggle tak nak lukis guna mouse?
yeah.
I think I answer like this.
You tak payah think, you tengok je dekat you punya jawapan. Okay, are you done? Kalisha
Yes, yes.
Can you justify?
Because it said it has weight. Weight is downwards. So how is it held stationary? There must be a force opposing the weight, which is equal to the weight, so that it can be held stationary between the two plates. So the force is towards the positively charged plate. So it is attracted to positively charged plates. So the charge is negative.
Excellent answer. Direct to the memang hit the bullseye lah. That is the correct answer and explanation. Okay, congratulations. Okay, so macam tu lah, saya tak perlu nak ulang. Kalau siapa nak ulang, sila request, sila ulang. Okay, so the answer is negative it's not positive. Why? Because need an opposing force to balance the weight. So that force must be pointing upwards. And so happen the electric plate that is upwards is positive. So if you have a positive charge, it won't be pointing upwards. The electric force won't be pointing upwards if you have a positive charge, because positive and positive will repel each other. So the only for you to have an electric force going upwards towards the positive plate is when you have a negative charge or droplet. So that is the boleh baca sendiri. Alright, okay. Two, determine the charge of the droplet. So for calculations, you know the value of the electric field, which is E equals to D over D. And you know the force, because the force is the magnitude of the is exactly the same as the weight, but in the opposite direction. It's okay. And then you can get the Q value, where Fe over Q equals to V over D. So you want to find out the Q value. The Q value is 10 to the power of minus 19. Okay. Sama juga problem selalunya ialah main dengan magnitude 10 to the power minus 19, minus 15 tiba-tiba hilang jadi 10 to the power minus 5 tiba-tiba. So dia akan jadi haywire lah kat situ. I think somebody did that. Daripada minus 15 tiba-tiba dia jadi minus 5. So dia jadi minus 9 saja instead of minus 19. Mungkin sebab dia allergic dengan COVID-19, dia nak jadi COVID-9 saja. So dia tinggallah 3.2 times 10 to the power of minus 9. But instead sepatutnya dia minus 19. Any questions? Ada ke apa-apa question daripada chat room and everything? Rasanya macam tak ada kan? Okay. Question 10. Okay, ini mungkin tricky sikit lah. A proton is travelling at right angles on an electric to an electric field of strength 2.4 times 10 to the power of 6 volts per meter. Calculate the force on the proton due to the electric field. So proton is positive or negatively charged?
Positive.
Positive.
Positive lah. Okay. So here sama je. So mungkin problem ialah bila orang tak faham right angles tu apa, travelling at right angles. Tapi yang ni tak apa. Dia soalan yang anak dia yang ketiga tu yang mungkin banyak orang confuse. Okay. First, calculate the force on the proton due to the electric field. So we know E. He is asking for Fe. So kalau ikutkan dia punya formula is E equals to Fe over Q, betul tak?
Betul. E over Q.
So what is the value of Q?
1.6 times 10 power of negative 19.
Yes. So the elementary charge of a proton value Q is equal to 1.6 times 10 to the power minus 19. So force is 2. I actually get very funny numbers juga daripada you all. Ada yang jawab dia punya Q value tu menarik jugalah. 9.11 times 10 to the power minus 19. I'm not sure where you get it from lah. Kalau ikut data tu 1.6 lah. Okay.
Strof. Ya, ni.
Is 3.84 times 10 to the power minus 13. Yang ni macam biasalah. Siapa yang tak biasa nak kiri kanan tu memang daripada atas, daripada awal sampai bawah semua sama. So nampak sangat apa macam dia nak pindahkan to the right hand side or to the left hand side. Okay, number 2. Calculate the acceleration of the proton in the direction of the field. So where is the direction of the field here? Direction of the field. Where is the direction of the field?
Negatively.
Annotate. Annotate right now. So show me the direction of the field. What it means by direction of the field kat sini. Direction of the field. Okay, my question is, who can show me where is the direction of the field?
Direction of the field. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Hantar wakil ni, Masya Allah. Okay, bila dia cakap proton is travelling at right angles to an electric field strength. So right angle tu mana?
Ke kanan, ke kiri.
To the electric field.
This one lah
Yes. Oh.
Angle. And downwards kat sini ialah direction of the field.
Direction
Now
of electric
he's
field.
asking, calculate the acceleration along the direction of the electric field. So how do you do that? F equals to ma. Newton's second law. Second or first? I think it's second. Is it second? Maybe? So what is the value of the mass for the proton? It is also available in the data sheet, as I mentioned in the previous tutorial. So although it is not even in the question, you just have to know that it is readily made available in your data sheets. So you have M, you can find out A by using F over M kat situ. Okay?
Okay.
So you are actually looking for AX. So the acceleration can be obtained from P AX. And AX is the direction going downwards. So mass of a proton 7 times 10 to the power minus 27 kilograms. You get 2.3 times 10 to the power 14 meters per second square. Jawapan logik jawapan 2.3 times 14 if you look closely. Sebenarnya kan dalam benda ni you don't have to be confused because if you look here, for example, the value of the force, 3 times 3.8 times 10 to the power minus 13. Is it logical? Kalaulah the value of the force is 10 to the power 25, is that logical? 3 times 10 to the power 25. 10 kuasa 25. Berapa banyak kosong tu nak tak? And it is in newtons. So if imagine the force on a proton, if that very high value,
Very illogical.
berapa banyak kuat dia tu, kuat berapa puluh 25. Okay, itu satu. Okay, the acceleration. Acceleration dia is 2 times 10 to the power 14. 10 kuasa 14. Yelah kan, takkanlah elektron, takkanlah proton ni travel very slow kan. Benda kecil kan, benda yang kita tak nampak kan. Sebab benda yang abstract yang kita boleh nak perceive in the naked eye kan. So logic, okay. So I think that's how you navigate between this the concepts within this chapter. You have to have a feel of the values. Although kalau kita main dengan kolom ataupun kita main dengan electric field ni, sebenarnya dia, kalau you remember balik the inverse squared law that I asked you just now kan, the inverse squared law cakap apa? Dia cakap between two particles, the force attracting between these particles are actually inversely proportional to the radius ataupun to the distance between these two particles. Maksudnya kalau these two particles are closer to each other, then the force is very strong. Between them is going to be very tough. Tapi as they get further between each other, further from each other, what happens is the either the repelling ataupun the force between these two particles will get weaker. Kalau ingat baliklah in the inverse squared law kan. Definition of the Coulomb's law for this inverse squared law is actually equals to F equals to K Q1 Q2 over R squared. I'm sure you study this in your, I'm not sure. Because that formula, the Coulomb's law formula, is actually similar to the Newtonian gravitational law. When you had the force, the attracting forces between planets, when you have K M1 M2 ataupun G1 K G1 G2 over R squared, something like that. When you have the gravitational pull between two planets, but dia guna dia punya masses tu bukannya 10 to the power minus 13 macam contohnya the mass for the proton is minus 27 kilograms, very small. Tapi kalau planets ni dia akan jadi besar lah kan. So the force dia tak boleh lah cikai-cikai minus 13 saja kan. The force must be very big and huge for the planets to attract with each other. So if you are dealing with electric field and then suddenly your force tiba-tiba kan dapat 10 kuasa 26, you have to ask yourself, am I answering an electric field question ataupun planet cosmos punya soalan? So those of you who actually got this mixed up in terms of force, tiba-tiba kat kuasa banyak besar je tu kan, try to put everything into perspective. What are the values of the forces, the values of the acceleration that you are dealing with? Is it something that is in nano punya size yang kita tak nampak, ataupun benda yang memang kita tak nampak juga, benda yang sangat besar sampai kita tak nampak? So you have to define lah, yang kena bezakan macam tu. Alright? Okay, sorry lah kan kalau boleh ke? Boleh faham ke ni? Risau pula. Tapi at least better sikit daripada Facebook Live, sebab Facebook Live tu memang short sendiri habis, tak tahu apa benda yang berlaku kan. Macam senyap lah pula kan. Kalau dalam Facebook tu at least ada respon sikit daripada chatting kan. Ataupun mungkin sebab dah lama. Okay. So now question Pak C. Write down the acceleration of the proton at right angles to the field. So apa jawapannya?
I got this wrong, sir.
0.
Zero.
Why
Yes.
is it
I
not
agree.
0? You agree. Tujuh semua.
I don't know.
I answered 0.
Okay. Why is it 0?
Because
Okay, to answer this, you have to recall balik
force kan?
motion. You have a projectile motion. Ni berapa chapter? Chapter 3 or chapter 4? Saya pun tak tahu. So when you have a projectile motion, if the force is betul vertical dan dia tak ada force acting horizontally, what is the direction of the acceleration? The direction of the acceleration will be perpendicular, kan? Which is direction. Is there any acceleration in the horizontal direction?
No.
There won't be. Why? Because there's no force. There's no force acting on the horizontal direction. So that's why everything must be towards the field. But for if the question is asking right angle to the field, that is referring to AY lah, kan? So kalau AY ni ada tak? Tak ada. The 0 since the electric force acting on the proton is in the direction of the field. Because by Newton's second law, the force acting on a mass is directly proportional to the acceleration, if you can recall. Okay? So kalau kat sini kita nampak lah, because there's no force acting on the horizontal direction, so that means there's no acceleration.
yeah.
Boleh ke?
Boleh.
I think this one only 30% right lah.
Good thing it did.
Halal lah, halal.
I think no explanation needed.
Tapi sebab jawapan dia like write down only. So if you answer as 0, then you get the correct answer.
Nice. Sir.
Okay, moving on.
Yes.
Gema.
Gema.
Nak kata apa, ada reflection of waves.
Ui.
7. A pair of parallel plates are 5 centimeters apart and are connected to a 200 volt supply. A particle of dust between the plates experiences a force due to the field. That Newton. Okay, calculate the charge on the dust particle. So I guess this is straightforward, isn't it?
Yes.
As for this, we've got a parallel plate, we've got the distance is separated 5 centimeters. This is almost similar to your objective question. And then you've got the value of the potential difference is 200 volts across both of the plates. And then you got positive and negative, assuming that it's outwards, the conventional punya direction. And then you've got E, you've got Q. You have to ask, you know the value of FE is given that. The force is 10 to the minus 4, which is okay, considerable. And then you have to define what is the charge of the dust particle. Okay, these are the values. Using the definition, charge on the dust particle, you get the value 8 times 10 to the power of minus 8 coulombs.
Nice.
Any questions? Straightforward, kan?
Oh, sir, there's someone behind you.
And introduce my daughter, Asia.
Hello.
Yeah, she was with me all the while. Kalau ikutkan at the last group, okay, now she's already gone. It's okay. Sorry for the disturbance.
No disturbance, sir. Okay.
Okay. Any questions?
No. Think.
Alhamdulillah. So we'll go on for the bonus slides. Allah,
Let's go.
hope you don't mind.
Answer. Love bonus line.
3:30. So I'll take roughly on 10.
Okay.
10 inshallah. Okay. So brace yourselves. This is going to be the first bonus slide in your first Ramadan. Our first Ramadan is already.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
Hopefully it's beneficial. Nama je bonus slide. Okay. An improvement that I made in the bonus slide, I adjusted the font. Dia akan lebih relax sikit, kalau tak dia jadi macam kaku sikit kan. Alright. Hopefully that we can absorb it, because in my point of view, this is more important compared to the other subject. Bukan other subject, chemistry ke method. No, the content of my 1 hour session with you, I think this is the most important one. Okay, because it is based on the hadith of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ihfazillah yahfazka." That means if you take care of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you take care of the religion that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed upon you, that means you take care of the affairs of your religion. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take care of you. That means He will take care of your well-being. He will take care of your health. He will take care even your understanding of this subject matter. Even if it is best for you, He will even take care. If it is best for you to obtain an A star for things, then He will do it with just a flick of the hand, and you will get A star. As long as you take care of the affairs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His religion. Okay? So brace yourself, inshallah, for the bonus slide. So first, before we go on, I'll just like to recall the question that I asked. Did I ask you in the tanya kan, inverse square law? Did I ask? I can't remember. Tapi recall in the previous bonus slide in Superposition part 2 on the inverse square law. Can anyone tell me again? Share with us again. What is the inverse square law? tak ada orang. Ada orang boleh jawab.
Inverse square ni. Further something gets from the source, the weaker it is.
The weaker, what is?
The
Intensity.
The source is also affected. Intensity. Thank you, Iqbal. The intensity ataupun siapa tu? Tu gemar tu dahsyat. Okay. Still having it. Alright. So kalau kita recall, in the previous bonus slide, ni kita main bling-bling sikit lah Inverse square law says, when you have the relation between intensity and the radius, when the radius increases, the intensity will get weaker. Not that the source get weak. The source will remain as it for a full potential strength. But as we go further, the intensity or the effectiveness, the effect of the source towards the particle ataupun the person, in our sense, our hearts, will tend to be weaker as it gets further away. Betul tak? And we actually proved this when we had I is equal to P over A. If you recall, in one of the tutorials that we had to prove why I is inversely proportional to R squared and not only R. Contohnya kan. And we did I is equal to P over A, and the surface of a spherical shape, it will be 4 pi R squared. So taking everything else to be constant, so I is inversely proportional to R squared. The further something gets, the weaker the effect of the source towards it. Okay. So now, when discussing electric fields here, we actually revisit the ISL, the inverse squared law, which is based on the Coulomb law that I explained just now, where the force between two charged particles is inversely proportional to the squared distance R squared between them. This is only part of Coulomb's law, as I mentioned just now. The full Coulomb's law, you can actually Google it or Wikipedia it. You'll find the terms Q1 and Q2 and so on. But as the two particles get further, the effect between them, ataupun the relationship between them will get weaker. So now, if you can recall, last time what we did was, we tried to investigate our relationship with the source. It's not a source, it's the source, which is the Quran. When Allah SWT says in one of the verses in Surah Al-Furqan, verse number 30, chapter number 25, verse number 30, when Allah SWT described there are certain people who takes the Quran as something as being abandoned and forsaken, which is هذا القرآن مهجورا. And then we discussed where instead of us trying to get closer to the Quran, we tend to abandon it. That is one of the calamities that is being faced in the Muslim Ummah at the moment. So now let us ponder upon this. We are in the month of Ramadan. Shahrul Ramadan, Shahrul Quran. The month of Ramadan is actually the month of Quran. It is when the Quran is being sent down to us. So it will be a complete waste and loss if in this blessed month of Ramadan we actually distance ourselves from the Quran. We actually need to go back to the Quran because that is the source of life. Isn't it? So now let's ponder in one of the verses here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, ألم يعن أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ألم يعن للذين آمنوا أن تخشع قلوبهم لذكر الله وما نزل من الحق ولا يكونوا كالذين أوتوا الكتاب من قبل فطال عليهم الأمد فقست قلوبهم وكثير منهم فاسقون. What does it mean? This is Surah Al-Hadid, chapter number 25, verse number 16. Sorry, chapter number 57, verse number 16. The literal translation is, has the time not come for the believers that their hearts become khusyuk? Khusyuk ni apa khusyuk? Selalunya khusyuk, we use that term khusyuk is for salat. But now the Quran is saying something else. Has the time not come for the believers that their hearts become khusyuk? For the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we know this remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I've repeated many times. Ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innal qulub. If you remember Allah, everything will be taken care of you. You'll be calm, you'll be peaceful, you'll be confident, you'll be brave. The good vibes will be coming into your hearts, building your hearts. But then there is a problem. For your information, this verse was actually sent down to the Sahaba and of course in Rasulullah SAW during the Madani period. That means a time has passed. It has already been 13 years. And then the Muhajirin has already migrated to Medina. And after a certain period of time, they tend to become busy with all those trading and interacting with the Jews and everything, businesses and everything, and they have forgotten the essence of Islam, which is what? Okay. One here shown in this verse is takhsha qulubuhum li dhikrillah. They tend to forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For example, if you wake up in the morning, what is the first thing that you will remember? Kalau kat PKP ni, what do you remember? Kalau bangun-bangun pagi?
Yes.
Masya Allah. Sahur. Bagus kan? You remember sahur because there is barakah in your sahur, insyaAllah. Adi remember class, Masya Allah. Very good. Itulah, that is the problem right now. Because we tend to forget of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That should be the first thing that we have to be remembered. Despite whatever we do, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the one who has created us. And then there is another that we have to remember to become khusyuk of. وَمَا نَزَلَ مِنَ الْحَقِّ. And this verse is very scary. You want to know why this is very, very scary? Because this verse is actually referring to the Quran. But Allah SWT did not use the word Quran. He did not say anta syaqlubuhum lidzikrillahi wal Quran. But instead he said wa ma nazala minal haqq. Maknanya dia dah kata apa? Has it not come the time for the believers, for their hearts to become khusyuk, for the remembrance of Allah SWT, and for that something that has been forgotten from them? It's not that. Dia tak cakap telah tiba masa untuk orang-orang beriman in, for their hearts to be khusyuk with menyati Allah SWT and the Quran. He did not say that, but he is saying that for what has been brought down of truth. Maksudnya adalah benda yang, ingat tak ada benda yang pernah diturunkan dulu-dulu. This is a cynical type of the Quran by Allah SWT to the Muslim Ummah at that time, and also to this time. It is as if we have forgotten that there is one book that has been bestowed by Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala that is from the truth. And what is more worrying is that this book contains the words of Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, the speech of Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, and we have forgotten about it. And what is more scary ialah bila mana Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala compared us to the previous nations. وَلَا يَكُونُ كَالَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ مِنْ قَبْلِ. Don't you become like the previous nations. For example, the Jews who were given the Torah, the disciples of Nabi Isa alayhi salam, the Christians who were given the Injil. They have forgotten their book. And what happened when they have forgotten their book? Time passed by and their hearts become stiff. Stiff. What is the formula for stiff?
Stiffness equal to
it is not elastic. So if it is not elastic, bagilah berapa banyak bonus slide pun, your hearts will still remain the same. It will not bow down to the orders of Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. You give him a number of ayatul Quran and he will be in the same state without any change. That is what they say, that is what is described by faqasat qulubuhum. The heart has become very hardened because of the rust. If you remember, if you read the Quran in the first few days, first few days in Surah Al-Baqarah, in the first chapter, memang ada satu ayat almost similar to this verse, where it describes the Jews, the Bani Israel. Their hearts have become very hard, like stone, where the verses of the Quran has got no effect to them. Why? Because they have distanced themselves from the source, which is the source of Quran, Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. This has been repeated by the Ummah to this day. This is very worrying, because we know from the inverse square law, if you go further from something, then the effect will have less upon you. If we go further from the Quran will not have any effect to our heart. And that is when we will be very worried, because what happens if we do not have any effect of the Quran to our hearts? We will be left astray. In fact, what is the Quran? The Quran is the protector for each and every one of us. Siapa yang kat sini ada dengan ada dia punya pair positive and negative charge attracting to each other? Ada ke kat sini?
Acak.
Sure.
So
Me and Arif.
Mesti kena repel nanti game pula masalah di mana.
Me and Arif very compatible.
Oh, Masya Allah. Tapi kalau campur habis mati ya, rosak. Tapi nak ceritanya, okay, if you receive a love letter from your loved one, what do you feel? Oh, rasa sweet kan? I don't know, during MRSN dulu ada tak macam, MRSN dulu tak boleh bawa phone kan? So how do you communicate? Ada tak macam aktiviti ala macam budak-budak tu kan? Macam caring brother, caring sister, ada ke?
Ayah.
Tapi kan bila you dapat benda tu kan, oh dapat sweetnya, dapat surat daripada my secret admirer or something like that lah, benda-benda yang ala benda macam tu kan. Okay, when we do not, memang manusia we long for that, But we actually have an entire book of love letter from somebody who really loved us, somebody who really cared for us. He has created us, he has given lots of ni'mah for us. But just imagine if you do not appreciate that letter, which is the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent us his personal, personal admiration letter, love letter for us, and we do not open and read them. So that is why, boys and girls here, let's take the opportunity in this blessed month of Ramadan to really make sure that our hearts gets closer to the Quran. If we are in the 4th day of Ramadan, there is, masih lagi sempat untuk kita nak kuatkan hati, buka Quran yang dah lama tinggal dekat cupboard. If you do not have a translation of the Quran, if you do not even have a Quran in your house because you left it dekat college kan, tertinggal dekat college kan, nak buat macam mana kan, takkan nak balik college kan. So tak.
The Quran is in the phone.
Quran is in the phone right now, Masya Allah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
It's been digitalized kan. If you do not have a copy of the Quran, tell me, I'll post it to you at your house. Tapi syarat kalau PKP ni dah habis, then probably your parents would read it lah. Tapi just tell me if you do not have, straight away. Saya tak boleh nak pergi kan sebab PKP kan, nanti kena sama dengan polis kan. Tapi Lazada boleh. Boleh. Post Malaysia pun. Tapi we have to take full benefit. We have to reap full benefit of our time in this blessed month of Ramadan. Syaitan semua dah tak ada. So there is nothing else that can obstacle between us and the Quran except for ourselves. So let's take this opportunity, betul-betul try to make our hearts closer to the Quran. And be part of any Quranic circles online if you haven't had any. Just to make sure that you are being safeguarded. Okay? You are being, make sure that you are being led. There are stages in interacting with the Quran. We need to interact with the Quran. The first step is actually to read the Quran. But reading is not enough. We have to understand the meaning. We have to know what is the translation is all about. If not, you'll be just babbling words that you don't even understand. Tu payah juga kan. Dia macam kita dapat surat daripada doktor, lepas tu prescription dia adalah suruh makan ubat 10 mg per day. What we do, kita tak ambil ubat 10 mg per day tu, but every day we just repeat it, 10 mg per day, 10 mg per day, 10 mg a day. But we actually need to understand, I have to go to the cupboard, take that medicine and take it into me 10 mg per day. After makan ke, before sahur and whatnot kan. Tapi, we read it. That means, but first, the first stage, they have to read it. Open the Quran, read it. I would be very much happy to help, to facilitate. If you do not have the urge to actually open the Quran, we can actually read it together. Online kan, Webex boleh, FB boleh, Google Meet boleh, Zoom boleh, tapi Zoom ada security problem kan. But we need to galvanize this opportunity of getting closer to the Quran. Be part of any Quranic circles online if you haven't do so. Okay? So, always remember the Quran is a love letter from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to us. It will be a complete waste if we do not actually open and understand, read and understand and know the meaning of the Quran. So insyaAllah, hopefully this session terlebih sikit 20 minutes, tapi hopefully sebab dia ada kait dengan universal square law sikit kan, nak ingat-ingat balik apa semua, kira halal lah so hopefully this session has been beneficial to you guys. InsyaAllah, baik daripada Allah, kita memang serahkan kepada Allah sangat-sangat. Yang kita tahu, Allah really loves us. That's why He has sent down the Quran for us to actually read, to understand, so that we know what to do and we know what not to do. Okay. Wallahu a'lam. That's it. So, for today, that's it for chapter 10 on electric fields. Tomorrow we will be starting with a new chapter, chapter 11. But as of now, you have no assignments insyaAllah for physics. Boleh rehat petang malam ni, esok pagi 8 o'clock boleh, tak kisahlah, ikut your own time. Use the time untuk baca Quran, insyaAllah. If there are updates, I'll be giving updates to you via the Telegram group, insyaAllah. Okay. Alright guys, any questions, any last queries?
No, sir, we're okay.
Everybody doing fine right now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
Do you guys got video on or off? I just need to take a snapshot of this. Nama pun kejut, tapi kalau saya punya
Can.
tapi we are approaching to finish. Oi, Lokman ni mandi ke tak duduk pagi ni sebenarnya?
Kailillah.
Boleh lah. Baru bangun ke? Orang dah habis dah session 4 dah ni.
Astaga, Luqman.
Hadir tu macam tengah mamai-mamai tu.
I think you must tell Luqman more bonus slides lah. Luqman is not good yet.
Okay, insyaAllah. Thank you very much. That's all for now. So, this session has been beneficial, especially the bonus slides. So, class rep, boleh? You can wrap it up.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal 'asr. Innal insana lafi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa 'amilus solihati wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Amin.
قولوا هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم. Send my regards to your parents.
Insyaallah.
Insyaallah.
Ramadan. Selamat berbuka puasa everyone. Assalamualaikum.
Bye.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, teacher. Thank you, teacher.
Alright, see you guys.